The quartiles, which are known as Q1, Q2, and Q3, usually split the data into 4 parts. So 25% of my data is Q1, Q2 is 25% plus 25%, so Q2 is 50% of my data, while Q3 is 75% of my data. So this is the first part, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth. So by Q1, I mean the lower quartile, and this means that 25% of the observations should have a value less than the lower quartile. Q2, which is the median, means that 50% of the observations should have a value less than the median. And finally, Q3, which is the upper quartile, means that 75% of the observations should have a value less than the upper quartile. Now, the same as the median, the very first step is to arrange the data in ascending order. So to find Q1, which is the lower quartile, I have to divide n by 4, and n is the number of elements. So if the answer is a whole number, I have to find the average of the corresponding term and the term above. However, if the answer is not a whole number, then I have to round up my answer and pick the corresponding term. Now, as for the upper quartile, Q3, I have to divide n by 4 and then multiply by 3. So if this answer is a whole number, then I have to find the average of the corresponding term and the term above. While if the answer is not a whole number, then I have to round up my answer and pick the corresponding term. Now, let's have an example, and it says, find the interquartile range of the given data set. So, the interquartile range, the IQR, is equal to Q3, which is the upper quartile, minus Q1, which is the lower quartile. Now, before finding the quartiles, the first step is to rearrange the data in ascending order. So, my new data is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. So to find Q3, first I have to find the position of Q3, which is the upper quartile. So the position is 3 over 4 times n, which is the number of elements, and here n is 11. So the answer is 8.25. Now, since this answer is not a whole number, then I have to round up to 9 and pick the 9th term. So this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and 9th. So the 9th term is 10, and this is Q3. Now to find Q1, the position of Q1 is 1 over 4 or 25% of my data, so times n, which is 11, and the answer is 11 over 4, which is equal to 2.75. Now, since the answer is not a whole number, then I have to round up to 3. So Q1 is equal to the third term. So this is the first, this is the second, and this is the third. So Q1 is equal to 3. Now to find the interquartile range, which is the IQR, it is Q3 minus Q1. So it is 10 minus 3, and the answer is 7.